Hello and good evening. And yes, you are back live with Mr. Skipper. Tonight, I know, look at this. I'm on time and everything, right? I am kind of usually kind of a prompt guy. It's sort of I don't know. I like to be on time. I like to be early. Last night, really, that wasn't good. There's good, and then there was last night. That's about all I got to say about that. Tonight, though, I'm in the old office, which is kind of a cabin thing. All my guitars are over here, and so it's the fireplace is right here, and then dogs. I have hounds. If you guys are aware that blackmouth curs are a hound, right? The term hounding comes from the hound, just so you are aware and clear on that term originates from the hound dog, because they'll hound you, like usually with love and affection, or in a manner of, hey, I'm over here and you haven't petted me. There's no pets in the last hour. I don't understand what's happening here. You don't love me anymore. That's kind of a hound. Yeah. We'll leave it at that. Right. And I don't know what's going on in your neck of the woods, but it's toasty here. We've been mid 80s, I don't know, whatever that is in Celsius, 30 maybe. Crazy here. And it's March. Come on now. What are we doing? I mean, Santa was just here, right? Not long ago. And we're already in the 80s. Although it's supposed to cool up next week, and I kind of like the sound of that. This evening, I have I was about to say star-studded program. There's no stars here, just Al. But, well, Jesse might make an appearance or two, but every now and then I come up with a show in my head and I say to myself, oh my God, I can't wait to get in front of the camera and meet everybody again and be with you all and be part of your lives and share what's in my head. Tonight's going to be kind of a big macro picture again, as I like to do. But this one, I'm going to come to some conclusions. And I'm also going to bring out what I think is about to occur. And I think it's going to bring a perception to you of, wow, there's profitability in what he's talking about. That'll be the first 3/4 of the show. I'm going to end the show tonight, this evening. I'm just going to put a little preface. At this moment, okay, the end of the show, the last few minutes, is going to be about all the people that could not attend my event in Fort Lauderdale. I know there were snowstorms. I know money's tight, and I know a lot of those kind of things. There were things that were shared there that will never be shared on YouTube or even on this channel on Thursday night or any of it. It just never will, because I need you in the room to share those things. However, there's been some opportunities come my way, and we'll discuss those at the end of this show. So if you're listening to this, you can fast forward and all the rambling on that this old guy does and just get to the end of the show, and I can tell you about some things that might interest you. The reason why I'm talking about those at the end of the show is because this show is going to lead up and explain to you why I think the things that I'm going to be investing or looking to invest in going forward are going to be very important for all of us. This is coming. It's already gotten here for many of us. Many of us can wrap our heads around this. Many of us have no clue what's coming. So you kind of need somebody to help you sort it all out. And thankfully, I have a team of people who are smarter than I am, some of them in so many different ways. So we interact well, and we get it done together as a team. You are part of, by watching these Thursday night shows and Sunday to some degree, you are part of a community that actually cares about, A, how do I make life a little bit easier for myself and my family? B, how do I get out of the rotten job that I really don't care much for anymore? C, what do I do when my rotten job is taken by some AI or a robot? Or D, I just don't feel like putting my boots on anymore in the morning. That's kind of what this Thursday night show has been for, I don't know, I think I'm 170, 65 shows or something like that. Is that right? No, it can't be right. 60 Thursday nights, a little over a year. So we're going to discuss some of those opportunities at the end. Tonight, I want to talk about what's going on in crypto. Again, my opinion, my show, my opinion. That's kind of the rules here tonight, right? Your comment and chats, your opinion. My show, my opinion. That's how this works. You get to say whatever you want in the chat. That's the beautiful thing. Tonight, I'm going to discuss a couple of things, but the first thing I want to cover is crypto, because this Unclarity Act and all the rest of it, I know is very frustrating for a lot of people. I don't care about the Unclarity Act, as you all know. I simply don't. Frankly, my dear, if you know what I'm talking about, it doesn't matter what they do or what they say, or what they think, or what they try to control and how they try to control it, because we have stable coins, we have internets, we have VPNs, we have the ability to communicate all around the world, and there's not a whole lot they can do about it. With that structure, try and think about what coins don't need guidance from humanity, because said guidance is about gone. History, done. One of the things that I built this channel on was XRP. I love XRP. I still do. I still own a bunch of it, and I won't be ever selling a bunch of it, because it's going to outlast the threats of AI. Now, I used to think that the company Ripple was going to IPO and crush it and just be this big giant success. And oh my God, it's going to be the best IPO ever. And it's $1 billion company. I don't believe that anymore. And I know that's a loaded statement. And I know what you're thinking already. I got all these shares and oh my God, Allan, you think the sky's falling. That's not what I said. You're going to make money on it, but I thought it was going to go ballistic. I don't believe that anymore, because first off, any company that has 900 employees like Ripple does is done for. They're in a lot of the companies that have that structure are in a lot of trouble. I mean, AI is here. It's not coming, it's here. That's happening. Okay. So let's just get that clear. That's going to affect their bottom line in a way that's going to be very hard to completely figure out. They've built this brokerage banking system on basically trying to conform with the old structure in the old banking system to get clarity, get the regulations, and get, accepted into the community, into the banking situation. And that's what they tried to do. That's fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that approach all the way up until, I don't know, the last 6 months or a year. That sort of business profile is in a lot of trouble. It's not going to last. That structured corporate foundation pyramid, if you will, power at the top, small office clerical people at the bottom is done for. It's just done for. I don't want to make the whole show about that, because I could go on and on as to why I believe that, who's coming and why it's coming, but I won't get into that right now. When I talk about crypto, I talk about the coin. I simply talk about the tokens of the coins. And now I'm talking about, I know a lot of you don't like Bitcoin, but Bitcoin doesn't have anybody pulling the levers behind it. It's a virus. It's something that AI is going to look at and go, hey, wow, that's one of us. Look at that. We can compute with that. We understand that. That's logical. Yes, you're absolutely correct. It will run into troubles as soon as quantum comes along. I get all that, but quantum's a long ways out. And even then, it goes, anyway, it goes from SHA-256 to 512, and then it's another decade before it can catch up to Bitcoin code. What I'm talking about now is companies more along the lines of Solana, okay? Very interactive, okay? Technologically, AI interacts with it smoothly, seamlessly, and perfectly. It's probably some of their benefits of being a latecomer, as they were able to do that. They were also able to do it at massive transactional basis. I talked about Solana. I don't know any Solana, full disclosure. I certainly wish I did. And if it keeps dropping, I probably will buy some. It trades. It's the trading platform, which is where we're going in this show here tonight, trading. It's the trading platform chosen by almost everyone. It does ETFs. It does everything you would ever want it to do. I think it's going to hang in there. Ethereum's kind of a backbone of a lot of different things. I know you all know all that. I'm trying to generalize here, but Ethereum has its own troubles. And I'm not a huge owner. I don't own a ton of Ethereum. I used to own more of it, but it's not really my coin. XRP is truly the banking coin, and it will be interaction between all banks and financial institutions to some degree at some percentage or some place along the line from bank A to bank B. Its structure is so perfect for that. It's built for that. It was designed to be that from day one, despite what you think of it. That coin, that token does that job better than anything else for that category, that niche. I'm not talking about Ripple now. I'm talking about the coin. When you start getting down the line and you start looking at different networks, I love Hashgraph. I absolutely think Hashgraph has a massive longevity to it. It has probably the longest legs of any of the coins in the top 100. Possibly even more than Bitcoin. I don't even know. Its tech is so far ahead of the day. What I'm learning, what I'm trying to figure out is, how does AI work with this? I mean, I'm telling you right now, it's like a sweatshop in here. I might just lose a couple of elbows, if you know what I'm talking about, just sitting here in the chair, just in front of the stage lights and the whole thing, you know. It's like a workout. I don't know. I kind of, I'm losing weight and I'm hanging with my people. How good is tonight? Tonight's good. Going back, what's the sidetrack stuff all about all of a sudden? All right, let's get into what that means technologically, trading wise, going forward for all markets. Because what I'm about to say is probably going to tick a lot of people off who are in traditional finance. Let me just say this. The FANG stocks, this is my opinion, and my opinions are wrong a lot. Probably at least half of them are wrong. The FANG stocks are in a lot of trouble. They're built on the old model, the old structure. Do they have relevancy in the future? Yes, of course they do. But they've been holding up the whole program for so long, and every country and every nation has built everything on it. And with this new tech coming along, it's coming in and it's infiltrating and it's chipping away little blocks and little pieces, just like crypto chipped away at the US dollar, at transactional dollars. I mean, look what's going on with stable coins right now. We just passed 600 billion for the year. We are trading dollars through stable coins. This is what's happening to the FANG stocks. It just is, guys. That's what's happening. It's software is in a whole lot of trouble because programmers programming themselves without human beings, programs creating their own programs are using code that's already been created. Then whatever code they need to create, they just design and create on their own. They don't need to look at the staff or the, people that work at Microsoft to come up with a new platform. It's designing it as it speaks, as it learns. They're done for in that way. Does it mean they're going to crash tomorrow? Of course not. And now here's why. Here's why Wall Street and traditional finance is going to have a checkered future, a roller coaster, if you will. Okay. Man, that's tasty. Okay. It's going to have a roller coaster, and here's why. It's going to become apparent to everybody that they are losing market share. That's been their whole thing. They cornered the market in like 5 different networks, and they own the market. That's slowly leaking out from their control. As that occurs, they're going to release people. They're going to let go of people. They're going to let go of more and more people. And then they're going to be this giant behemoth of this old software company that is no longer relevant. And yet, there's still going to be such a structure, a foundation of people that still use them because they like Apple, because they like Microsoft, because they whatever, right? Old habits die hard, right? So what'll happen is their profits are going to stay level or get choppy. That's the roller coaster I'm talking about. Why would it go into roller coaster, Alan? Why is it going to go up and down? I thought you told me it's just going to go down over time. It is slowly going to go down over time, but volatility is coming to our market. Quick, fast movement of volatility is coming to you and I. How do I know that? Look around. Bots are trading everything now. They've been holding bots from trading the Forex market and the futures market as long as they can, and people are trading it overseas. That's happening today. So volatility is coming to all these traditional stocks that only seem to climb up. That volatility is good and bad for anybody who owns an AI bot trader. Hello, you want that. Why are they going to not fail immediately? Like I just mentioned, there's a lot of people that use their products and like their products. But there's something bigger than that. When you start laying off, let's use Ripple, 900 employees with all their benefits and all the rest of it, your margins get higher. Labor and traditional finance is virtually the whole enchilada as far as labor. Labor is their number one expense. It takes nothing for them to create a dollar or to send an electronic dollar anywhere in the world. Virtually nothing. It's going to be virtually free when it goes all XRP, when it's all on the ledger, right? We all know that. So their major expense is clerical work, accounting, transactional. Somebody had to follow it. Somebody had to make sure it happened. Why didn't it happen yet? How come it hasn't gone through? So you got to get a clerk on the phone. Then you get, the next thing you know, you're up into labor and it cost you haven't made anything on that transaction. All of that is going away. That brings their profits through the roof. Their AI is going to make them more and more profitable. So as they decline in expense and AI grows in use case, their profit margins are going to go through the roof. But Wall Street or professionals or analysts or venture capitalists are going to look at this and they're going to say, wow, their market share is declining. And everything back in the .com and everything in our current financial system is built on future profits, right? Future profits. Is their network growing or declining? Well, how big is their network and how much are they going to make because of inflation out in the future? How many of those dollars, what are they going to be worth going forward? This is the yo-yo, the roller coaster I'm talking about. And they're going to hang on for all they can, for everything they're worth, because they're these massive conglomerates that everybody in the world knows is valuable. As they slowly leak out the side door and smaller and smaller companies grow because there's no staff, no overhead. That's what's beautiful about crypto. It eats their lunch. I know it sounds simple, but it sounds simple and it sounds complicated at the same time, but it's not. It's simple economics. People always go to what is the most profit margin. Dollars always go to where they're the most well treated. All investment goes to where it's treated best. That's what's occurring. So the relevancy of crypto going forward is getting stronger. The relevancy of banking transactional use case is declining. It's very simple to see. You and I have been waiting for these days for a long time, and we still have some time to wait. But the days of JP Morgan running this world with their dollar strangulation of every dollar you run through their banking system, they turn into 10, is in jeopardy, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So profits create their safety net, and they will become more and more profitable. And how are they going to have to compete with the guy next door? They're going to have to become more profitable by using more and more stable coins, by using more and more XRPL. They are going to compete with each other and come to the product in which you and I own. Please understand that. Do not sell all of your crypto. Don't listen to anybody that tells you to sell your XRP or your Bitcoin or your Ethereum or any of that. Okay? Don't listen to those people. I'm not saying they're giving bad financial advice. They're seeing a downturn or a sideways in a crypto market. But what they're not seeing is the decline of the banking transactional market. Well, where's that going to go? It's going to go to AI and crypto, period. Done deal. In fact, you're going to be in Toronto area. I'm going to go to the AI crypto show in Toronto. And, you know, a guy that would be prepared would know the dates. But, you know, clearly I'm not that guy tonight. So you don't call me that prepared person right now. You just call me something. I don't know, call me whatever you like, but I don't know the dates. July 17th, I want to say. Huh? How about that? Right out of the blue sky, I just pulled that one. Hopefully it's close. Look it up. It's a great show. It's the one I went to Lauderdale, and let me tell you, the one in Toronto is 10 times bigger. I can't wait. So, AI, tech, coming, crypto, necessity, stable coins, impossible to live without them. Impossible, guys. We have created a market that is absolutely dependent upon the future, depends upon that market. That coin that transaction that nobody liked, that thing that Tether created, by the way, and I know they get a lot of grief, but they created stable coins, by the way, gentlemen and ladies. So don't ever forget that. They do know what they're doing, by the way. Okay, I went over profits. Let's talk about what all that means big picture now. Those of you who are not bored with this yet, this one's a big picture view. 2008 and 9 was a real estate bubble and crash. I hear all kinds of people tell me that we're about to do the same thing. My buddy Travis, I love you, brother, but maybe economic ninja. He's always talking about this. I love you, man. I do, brother. He's got an incredible heart. I love the man, but I think he's completely wrong on this. We're not going to see 08 and 09 again. And I'm going to get into what Mr. Jake has been talking about and what all these other people are talking about carry trade next. Okay. I'm going to get into that in more detail. I want to talk about right now. 08 is not going to reoccur. That's done. That's done, guys. Here's why. When you had the bond market in which we had at 08, it was teetering on the brink of disaster because everybody was in junk bonds looking for yield, right? Nobody's in that now. Nobody's in junk bonds looking for yield. Nobody's playing around with that. Nobody's fogging a mirror. You can have 5 homes. Nobody's doing that right now. The market has dropped significantly naturally on its own. This man's opinion, the building of homes is only going to get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. I know it's still going up. I know. How can you say that, Allan? I just said it. It's going to get cheaper. It just will. It has to. Okay. Technology is deflationary, not inflationary. And technology is coming your way in the form of a man's bicep. You understand that? We've been living on a man or strong women's bicep for the last 100 years. Well, let me tell you, a robot's a lot stronger. And that's where we're going. So, and cheaper, by the way. Pennies an hour, dollars an hour, very few dollars an hour. All that labor is going to be replaced. If you think that 08 can happen again, and you keep listening to programs that tell you that that's what's going to occur, here's one question I have for them, and they can never seem to answer it for me. Other than the fact that people walked away from homes they shouldn't have walked away from, in my opinion, unless you had 10 of them, but you should have kept one. And most people didn't even do that because they thought, well, that's ridiculous. My mortgage is more expensive than the house next door. I'll just buy the house next door. They should have done that, right? They should have done that, but they didn't. A lot of people didn't. Just walked away from real estate. 08's not going to happen again because everything's changed. Raoul Paul does a lot of great work on this, but everything's changed because since 08, all we do is pay the interest. We don't pay principal on bonds anymore. Nope. In particular, that bond, the treasury bond. We haven't been doing it for 20 years now, and nobody's actually noticed. It's like, gee, what's changed? Every time. And this is what I mean by when I hear people tell me, well, the math, I got the whiteboard. Okay. You know the show. He's got the whiteboard and he's got it up there. And there's some brilliant man, far smarter than I am about this subject. They just miss a little bit of life experience sometimes. Okay. They're simply math minded, or they're strategic in their evaluation of the laws. Okay. And I talk about this a lot, but it's so important for everybody to understand. You know, they get a whiteboard up there and they're telling you the math as to why this is all about to fail. But I ask you, what failed in 08? Nothing failed. Nothing failed. Everybody who lost a home, if they kept paying on their home today, would have made, I don't know, 3-4 times their money. Nothing failed. Why? Because every time the math says, here's the cliff. Here comes another cliff. We're about to drive the car right off the cliff. They control the banking institution and financial networks and the availability of liquidity and or unavailability of liquidity to build a damn bridge over the problem. Pretty simple. Everybody on the whiteboard is telling you it's going to crash and it's going to fail, and it's somewhere around this region, because here's all the other times it did that. They forget to tell you. They only show you the bottom of the chart. They never show you that the thing turned around and went back up again, didn't it? Or otherwise we'd all be, I don't know, in a cave in a stone age somewhere. They forget to tell you that part. It always turns around, doesn't it? Why? Because they got the lever. And the lever is, you and I are not about to live without money. Try to convince your neighbors that they shouldn't have any money. See how well that goes for you. That's probably, just walk over with a beer for your buddy and just say, hey, you know what, buddy? What I've decided is I'm going to go on a campaign. I'm going to get everybody just to quit using money. Yeah, see how that goes. I mean, that's probably catch fire. You know, I mean, there's a lot of hippie communities back in the 60s that pulled it off for, I don't know, a month or two or a year, maybe. It doesn't last long. Okay. Turns out heat and air conditioning is kind of fun. You know, it's kind of, I wish I had some of it right about now. You need all that. You and I are going to do what we need to do to survive, and we're going to play the game. So we've described tonight why crypto is absolutely going to crush it. It's a necessity. We've decided that, I don't know, a massive crash isn't coming. That's my opinion. They might let it go down. Here's what's going to happen. This man's opinion only. It's going to decline 10 to 20%. Remember roller coaster? It's going to roller coaster 10, 15, 20%, and then right back up to where it was. Why? Because is Meta, Facebook, whatever you want to call it, is that thing relative going forward? Of course, because a lot of people on this planet still use that platform. God knows why, but they do. And as long as they do, it'll be relevant. Meta is laying off people right and left, so their profit margin can maintain. So Wall Street, traditional finance, was always going to look at their margins and say, wow, they're still profitable. I'm investing. I'm going to hang with them. But they're losing network. They simply are losing network, and they will. So that tells you they are done for in the long run. Is it a short term? No, of course not. That is the point of the show that I'm at, where I want you to grasp what I'm about to say now. Check this out. If everything can't crash, because it can't, the old ice cube slide got me on that one. You know, that tricky little ice cube that just waits, and then it hits you with that little tidal wave. And then you get, on live air, you get the down your neck, and cooled me off a bit. It's kind of nice. So what I'm about to say now is going to flip the entire last 50 years of what you understood about finance, money, making money, and how to make it. AI is your only hope. Traditional traders are in a lot of trouble. AI sees fluctuations. The autonomous driving on the Tesla is so good, it sees a bird that could cause a car to swerve into your lane on the other side of the road, 100 yards from you. There's no way you bebopping down the road. Did I just say bebop? Wow. There's one from the past. So I could have went boogie. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we've heard that term before. You knew what I was talking about. See, I know. Yeah, there's no way you would know any of that stuff. Same with trading. You and I look at trading as it's linear. It's not. It's three-dimensional. What are the fundamentals creating the movement in the market? What is the sentiment of trading going on right now? Why is that sentiment important? What are all those factors? Hundreds? At least, right? At least hundreds of factors. It's not just technical analysis. It's not just the price movement. They factor all of that in. So I've told you where your future lies. You got it right there. If you are not using AI to defend your security of who you are in the cyber world, if you're not using AI to make profit for you, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. If you're putting your money in the hands of these fat cats at Wall Street who are churning and turning your account for commissions, yeah, I don't even want to go there. Okay. AI is here for you. I'm not saying it's the end all be all. I'm not saying that it's not going to have its issues. I'm not saying any of that. What I am saying is, if your money is just sitting around waiting for a human being to move it around, that's equivalent to somebody driving down that road doing her mascara while she's driving, compared to the autonomous driver that is looking 3 lanes over where the bird's about to get a car to swerve. That's my analogy, and I don't know, I went with it. So, which one's going to crash first? Which one's going to be 10 and 2 at the wheel and straight all the time, 24/7? You get tired, you get sleepy, you get emotional, you get whatever. A human being all do that, whether jacked up on caffeine or whatever it might be. Can you imagine trying to be a trader and trade against bots? That's not happening anymore. Okay, that's done for tonight. That's the big change here, guys. So let's recap. Volatility through the roof, even with your big top 7. Why is volatility coming? Because competition's coming for them. That's going to bring them down. Wall Street's going to see that. Trading bots are going to see that. And they're going to look at it and go, whoa, I see vulnerability. So the swings are going to gradually get larger. And they're going to get faster. Everything's going to be skimming. It's sure the trend will be down a little bit, but they're skimming those 2 and 3 and 4 points all the way inside of it. Boom, 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 boom. It might only move 10 points up in one day, but they made 30 points in between there because they're skimming, scalping it's called, but they're taking little bits out of it. That's what AI is doing all day long, and it's highly profitable. So let's get to my biggest question that I received all week long before I can get into the end of the show here. The biggest question I've been hearing, I must have heard it 20 times. I know I've heard it all before, and I know Jake's built his whole last 2 years on it, and I don't know. How'd Christmas go, Jake? I love you, man. Don't get me wrong. I like Jake. He's doing the best he can. It was I don't know why he had information that didn't work out. Okay, that's all I can say about that. Nobody's right. I get at least half of everything I say is wrong. Okay, so let's just go with that. This carry trade, let me cover this real quick because I've had so many people ask me about it this week. The war, the oil. Oh my God, the carry trade's over and the yen's collapsing and the whole problem, Allan. It's exactly the carry trade that we've been talking about for 2 years. I want to go back to Exhibit A of Whiteboard Guy. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Again, I'm wrong a lot. It doesn't matter. Carry trade is not going to collapse the entire financial institutions. No. Because let's talk about fundamentals. How did the conversation with your buddy next door with the beer that you had about him not using money anymore? How'd that go? Didn't go well, did it? Right. So why are you going to stop using money? You're not. Why are they? How do they keep the money flowing? What is velocity of money again? They interject it. They put it in people's pockets and people spend it. People don't hang on to money. They just don't. And that velocity is getting faster and faster and faster with AI. Velocity is on the increase. And if you don't know the power of the velocity of money, I tell the story again, but it takes me too long. But it's such an example of velocity of money is everything. And whenever something looks slow, like it is right now, by the way, it is right now. Venture capital is not flowing in the streets right now. Everything's pretty tight right now. It's all locked up. It's all invested or locked up or invested in AI or in precious metals or in rare earth metals all around the world, or in the creation of data banks, or in the creation of electricity and storage of. All of that venture capital is locked up in the future of all that. It's slowly coming out of all the commercial real estate. And banks are up to their gills in commercial real estate, and they're trying to slowly leak it out the back door into something that has a future to it. Far better than any of the commercial real estate does, that's for sure. So the carry trade, I'm sorry, it's not a big whammy. Oh, I got you. We're going to blow this time I got it right. I'm the economist that I got it right this time because, I've been talking about the carry trade for 2 years and I know it's going to blow no, it isn't. No, it's not. And oil prices aren't up for any other reason than that they can. Do you understand? There's a glut of global oil. I know I said it. I know nobody wants to hear that. I kind of know what I'm talking about. I know a lot about oil these days. I talk to a lot of people that, I don't know, we buy and sell or we negotiate tankers. Okay? Millions of barrels of oil. Barrels in the barrel already. There's a glut. It's not a depleting asset on the face of the planet. It's just not. Okay. So anytime they can raise the price up to $1.20 or $1.40 or $1.50, they do, because they know you'll pay it at the pump. It doesn't have anything to do with scarcity, and it doesn't have anything to do with the Straits of Hormuz. That's only 20%, less than 20% of all the oil consumed in the world. It's not difficult for the rest of the world to bump up to 20% more. This is not. Okay. So yeah, our oil price is up. Oh, that's the trigger point, Allan. As soon as the whiteboard guy told me that, as soon as the oil prices go, well, that doesn't have anything to do with the carry trade. Nothing. Again, I'm wrong a lot. So don't bet your whole future on what I'm talking about right now. It's going to be fine. Relax. Okay. We are not even close. We're not even remotely close to the financial Armageddon that so many economists have been telling me for 30 years. We're not. I'm sorry. That's almost impossible with the way the shortage of labor that is necessary going forward, and the necessity of man technologically to advance in food, water, and shelter for virtually free. That does not reek of, to me, depression or recession in any manner. It's quite the opposite. I work with some very noble men who are part of a team that are trying to do some amazing things. One team is working on dirt cheap electricity, and we are very close. I'm working with another team who is talking about putting water in everybody's yard and all over the world. That solves a lot of problems. Just those two right there. This is exactly what Raoul Paul's been talking about for 5 years. I'm not a disciple of the man, but he's got this one right. The energy, the cost of energy will go to zero. The cost of water will go to zero. Wrap your head around the significance of free electricity, in other words, farm equipment running, and the growing of whatever foods in the farm or in the field being watered for free. It kind of comes to your door pretty cheap, especially since a robot will be driving the truck in an electric truck with free electricity. I know we're not there yet, but it's going there. It's almost here. And you don't hear an old guy like me say that often enough. All right. Okay. The carry trade. Please, it's not going to wreck the world. And I'm going to give one more example of why it's not going to wreck. Two more examples as to why it won't wreck the world. Number one, carry trade. We understand what it is. Borrow it dirt cheap money and loan it at a higher interest rate, and you make free money all day long. Those interest rates, by the way, are terrible. They're making so much more money outside of the carry trade, and they have been for, I don't know, hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. That carry trade thing is for like the beginner bank guy. That is not for global networks. I'm just telling you. Oh, yeah, they dabble in it. Of course they do. It was free money. Those margins are just pitiful. And they have been for, I don't know, well over a year. Okay. So they had time to get out of those and get into other things. Gee, I don't know. AI trading kind of comes to mind. Why would you want to make 1 or 2% over the next 4 months? Why would you do that? You're not going to want to do that. And if you're a banking institution, they can charge a whole lot of money just to borrow. I'd pay them 20% a year if I could borrow $1 million tomorrow. I'd give them 20% a year. And I know I've said that on here a lot of times, but honest to God, if you know anybody that has $1 million and they want to lend it to me for 200 grand for the next year, done. I'll sign the paper tomorrow. Anyway, I'm going to get into that. It's too easy these days to make money. Okay. Way too easy. It's simple. So don't panic about the carry trade. The other thing is when they're making, let's remember this, guys. The percentage of haves on the planet is on the increase, not the decrease. When the people who are middle class and higher are growing, you have a boisterous economy. I don't care what happens to the bottom half. I do personally because I am the bottom half. Okay. Personally, I care about all of you in the bottom half. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when the upper half is growing, you don't have a depression on your hands. Sorry. They're the ones that spend everything. They keep the whole boat afloat. And if there's more and more of them and more millionaires every day and more billionaires every single day, do you think we're headed for, I don't know, soup lines? Anyway, I've beaten that horse enough. Poor thing. Probably won't even go down that road again. Okay. I want to get out of here today. Oh, wow. Holy smokes. It's been 50 minutes. What I'm about to talk about now, this is going to be fun for those of you who don't know what I'm about to say. All right. So let me take a drink and gather my thoughts. If you're not watching this live and you're watching it tomorrow, this is the point where you fast forward to if you want to hear about an opportunity. I'm about to present an opportunity to anyone watching this video. Is the opportunity perfect? No. Are any of them? No. Is every investment in the history of mankind always have a shelf life? Yep. Every single investment has always had a shelf life. They will. I don't care if it's Coca-Cola. One day there won't be Coca-Cola. All right. This show, I built this show, Trust Your Exit Plan, on helping people make money with money. Those of you who went to the show, you heard about a bunch of great opportunities. You heard about Kirk on my Wednesday night shows. Love him. He's doing God's work. It's brilliant. If you don't want to pay taxes, get a hold of that guy. There's a free link in my show, or it saves you $1,000 or something off this thing. It's money. When you learn how to make money with money, it takes more and more capital to make money. And that's what the system has always known, that if we can keep people from under 100K or 200K or $500,000 or $1 million, they're not all going to be rich. And then we have inflation through the roof. That's how they control inflation, by the way, guys. Like if everybody was a millionaire tomorrow, we'd have rampant inflation. Okay. Anyway, side note, this opportunity that I'm talking about, you don't need a lot of money. Okay. You can invest very little. Okay. This opportunity is one of those ones that comes along because of AI, because of great trading, everything I've talked about tonight, the volatility in the market, the exit from the youth away from the bond market and traditional finance market. People are looking for other avenues for greater and greater returns. Well, do you play with AI every day? If you do, then you probably have found 10 other things that are better than what I'm about to talk about. But if you don't play with AI every day and you have to, let other people that know how to do it well, better than you're surely wanting to waste your day learning to do, then this is a product for you. I'm going to have and many of you in this group already, have already heard about this opportunity. So I'm not saying that tomorrow night is a night for you to attend, but tomorrow night, those of you who don't know what I'm talking about right now, there's a financial opportunity that you can get into at your own risk. It's something I said that I would share with everybody. I kept telling everybody, you need to come to my show and you need to do this because I was learning things. And I get pitched products virtually every day, at least 4 or 5 products a week of different opportunities. And I weed them out. Well, this is really the only one that I've kind of come public with, other than the Go Baby Trader, which I absolutely love, Ed Barsano and the Go Baby Trader. This is a little higher risk. It's a little higher reward, much higher reward. And it's something that even you can just dabble in with just a couple of $100 or $100 or $200, $300, $400. It's something you can have fun with. Okay. This isn't something I want you to cash your 401k on. But if you're interested in making some money and some great returns on a product and you haven't already heard about this, you can join me tomorrow night. We're going to do a Zoom call. Below in the show notes, there will be an email address. Please email that. It will prompt you. It will give you the time and location of the Zoom call meeting. Okay. The location's at your house, obviously. Let's get to that. But this is an opportunity. That's all it is. This is nothing more than, hey, Allan, what's going on with all these things that you were telling us that was going to be profitable in our future and ways we could make money? This is one of them. This is one of the things that I've come across that, hey, you know what? I kind of like this thing. I'm having fun with it. I've been only in it for a month, but I've been playing around, heard about it over 2 months ago now, I believe it was. And so it's something that we're having fun. We have a group of people that are involved in it. And I think you're going to like it. I think you'll love the presentation that myself and Ron and a couple other people have put together. And we're kind of getting better at it. And I think you're going to learn a lot. Now, you're free and welcome to join us. If you already know what I'm talking about tomorrow night, that's great. And you sometimes help with some really great questions as well. But this tomorrow night is a very beginner show. And it's just going to be your first time ever kind of hearing about the product that I'm talking about. And if it works for you, then have fun and enjoy it, because I'm having a blast with it. Elizabeth's all in on it and she's having a blast. And so it's really been something, not all in, that was a poor term. We put some money in it, something that we don't care. So I want to equate what we're going to do tomorrow night almost like a meme coin. It's like, oh, okay, I bought that, whatever, fart coin or whatever. I bought this coin and hey, look at the returns. Look at this thing go up and I'm having fun with it. That's something that I think the world needs right now. I think we need a smile on our face. And I think this is a way and an avenue for all of you to get one and to say, wow, look at that. Look, I made some more money today and I can spend it and I can do this and I can have fun again. And I know crypto's going sideways and it's not volatile enough. And I don't know, it's been captured in some way, some I don't even know how, but it's very frustrating to me. But let me say this. Anything that you learn tomorrow night is yours. You're the one that pushed buy. You're the one who bought XRP. You're the one that bought Bitcoin. You are in control of your own life and your own finances. I am not your financial advisor. I'm simply the guy who has a presence in many of these crypto shows that I go to. I mean, I got bombarded at the last 2 or 3 shows I've been to with opportunity after opportunity. And some of these are just brilliant ideas. They're just not ready yet. You know what I mean? This one seems like it's ready to go. And a lot of people have done well with it. And I'm really excited to present it to you guys tomorrow night. So that's tomorrow night's opportunity for you. If it resonates with you, remember, if it doesn't resonate with you and it doesn't kind of make you feel warm inside and go, wow, okay, I'm going to throw a couple bucks at that. That's cool. I like that. It's fun. We're going to do it with Allan and we're going to do it all together as a big team. And that, wow. Okay, let's do that. That's how I want it to feel for you. And if it's not that for you, and if you look at it and go, oh, whoa, yeah, no, I'm out. That's risky. And I'm not playing with any of that. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't just to feel like, oh, okay, I want to be part of the team. I want to be one of the guys, one of the cool guys that invests in everything Allan that comes out of Allan's mouth. Please don't do that. Please do not. All right. That is financial advice. Please don't believe or do or invest in everything this man tells you. Do what works for you. What resonates with you and your wife and your family and your loved ones. And if it does, crush it. And if it doesn't, find the next one. Because you know what? I've got a bunch of these. I've got a crypto company coming up that absolutely I love. I can't wait to talk to you guys about that opportunity. That's a different one. And by the way, I wrote very brief a white paper on a charity coin like 4 years ago. It's got to be at least 4 years ago. And I just found it again. I was like, wow, look at that's brilliant. This would work today. I think I might pursue that going down in the future. It's a charity coin, and I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think you guys get a kick out of just me reading it to you, or the concept of the idea one night. Next Thursday night, I'll be on a plane, and I'm going to the Quantum Summit, okay, in Cape Canaveral. Please, if you're anywhere in northern Florida, central Florida, I guess that is, north central, whatever, somewhere up, it's Florida somewhere, right? You'd think after living there as many years as I did, I would kind of know where that is. I'm going to be there Thursday night, probably kind of late. I get in kind of late because we fly from the West. However, I just learned I basically have all day off Friday. So if you're in the Cape Canaveral area, we're going to plan something. We're all going to hang out. We're going to do something. So meet me on Friday in the area, and I'll try and stay in touch with everybody. I'm going to do a video next Thursday night. I'm probably going to record it Wednesday and just post it on Thursday night. So I will not be live for next Thursday, but I do anticipate creating a video. So hopefully you can attend Mel's show, Quantum Summit. There's going to be a lot about healing. There's a lot I can talk to or help people with on a spiritual conversation about healing. It's really kind of what I love, and it's one of the things that I really promote in my life a lot. And also I know a lot. I don't know a lot. I know people that do great work with different things such as stem cell and other products such along those lines that have really changed a lot of people's lives. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try and get out of here. What do you think about that? You'd probably, hopefully tonight's show wasn't too like macro. I'm just tired of the doom and gloom. I really am, people, and we're not in doom and gloom times at all. I'm sorry. We are just not. And I know a lot of people want it to be, and I don't get that, but it's not how this man resonates with this world. And I believe in mankind, and I believe that peace and love and happiness is where you look for it. And you don't even have to look hard. It's like everywhere. And the well-being of mankind has never, ever, ever been in jeopardy. Ever. It never will be in this man's spiritual mind opinion. And it doesn't matter what you think. If you're but one soul that thinks that tomorrow the whole world's going to end because somebody's going to do something stupid, well, that's fine. You know, you're entitled to your opinion. This man knows that almost everybody I meet, isn't this odd? Almost everybody I meet who lives well below the poverty level are the most upbeat people I've ever met. I've done in my lifetime a lot of traveling, and I'm gonna, lack of a better term, the word third world countries. I love their passion for life. I love that they care about each other. They don't have anything, so therefore all they have to give is love and appreciation for each other. And we could learn that. We could learn. It's not difficult. It really isn't. If we could just simply stop finding the things we dislike about the world or the people in it and started to point out the things that we appreciate about the world and the people in it. It's pretty simple. It's that simple. It's a light switch. Just turn it on every now and then. Just give it a try. I think you'll really love it. I really do. It's changed my life. And thanks to all of you and great crew members that we have, you make me feel blessed every single day. And I want you to know that I appreciate all of you very much. Please go out and do something fun, do something good for yourself and your loved ones and your neighbors, because they all deserve it. All right, everybody. If you're going to be tomorrow night's thing, remember, email that link, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. All right, I'm out. I think I'm out. Well, maybe I'm out now. No, not yet. Close. It's almost there.